now joining us because, viewers, this has become a big debate across the country. The statement by Union Minister Piyush Goyal. Mr. Suhel Seth, good evening. Thank you very much for joining us here on Times Now. Your first reaction to what Mr. Piyush Goyal said. Do we have to make ice cream or chips? Dukaandari hi karna hai? Are we happy being delivery boys or girls? He was questioning the direction that, our startup community is taking right now. Your response?
I totally agree. We have 80% of our startups are mere rackets, if not copycats. Where is the originality? Some chap from Zepto said, oh, but we give 1.5 lakh jobs. Are you an employment exchange? Is that the business of startups? Where's the innovation? I just heard Mohandas Pai, who I'm very fond of, but Mohandas Pai was talking, to my mind, totally off the rocker, as it were. Because what did Mohandas Pai say? Oh, where is the funding for this? Where is the funding for this? We've got funding. Today, what is Flipkart? A pale copy of yet another e-commerce platform. Where are we talking about genuine innovation in our country? Why has India not produced a global brand that people respect, venerate, reward, and is filled with revenue? We don't have that. Most of our startup founders are in this business of valuation. They are interested in driving up valuation. Money is cheap because it's coming from America. So they look at India as a massive market. Is your business, is your innovation in how many minutes it takes for you to supply ice cream or, sandesh or that kind of rubbish? No. Where is deep tech? Mohandas Pai says, oh, where is the money? Where is the idea? There is no idea. So it's very easy for Mohandas Pai to say, oh, but I want Piyush Goyal to come to Bangalore. Why? The Prime Minister of India, when I last checked, had started a Startup India. There's a Make in India. We cannot be the labor arbitrage capital of the world because we know English. We cannot be body shopping because we have vast swaths of people in our country. You have to recognize that if India has to sit on the high table of global brands, these startups must look at genuinely innovative ideas. There are many startups that are doing great work in the business of agri-tech. There are startups which are doing great work in terms of space. But you cannot sit back on your haunches and say, oh, but we need support from the government. Why? This is an easy, lazy Indian excuse. When all else fails, then say, oh, but why is the government not giving me money? Why am I not getting money from the government? Why should the government give you money? Do you share the spoils of your valuation with the government? A, B, what signals are these founders, many of these founders sending out?
Right.
First thing they do is they buy fancy cars. They live in fancy homes. Their whole purpose of business is to decide when to exit. You don't start, Hina, a business just on the basis of, oh, I want to get out. Is that your purpose of business? Was that the purpose of business of Elon Musk or Steve Jobs? No. They created innovation. Through innovation, they drove change of consumer behavior. Because of that, they have brands that are trillions of dollars worth.
Right.
So let's not throw the baby with the bathwater. Let's not be squeamish. Oh, we've been attacked by the minister. Piyush Goyal has shown you a mirror, whether you like it or not. Now, there are only two ways. Either you abuse Piyush Goyal or you say, fine, he said something which merits consideration. You cannot have an entire startup community. Even the Ola chap has said, oh, I support the Commerce Minister.
Yes.
You have produced scooters, half of them are catching fire, or so we've been told. I don't blame him. I don't think it's true, but that's what we get to hear in the media.
Mr. Seth, another view that has come is from the startup community only, and something that Mr. Mohandas Pai also mentioned just now, that, we can't really compare India with China in a situation like this.
Why not? He
said, look at the size of the economy. You can't compare $19 trillion with $4 trillion.
Yeah, but in a measure to market basis, compare it. This thing is utter rubbish, if you ask me. Oh, but please don't compare yourself to China. Oh, please don't compare yourself to America. Who do we compare ourselves to? Sri Lanka? To Bangladesh? Is that your aspiration? Is that what you're pegging your startup universe at? Then why are you talking about unicorns? Why are you talking about, oh, the Indian mind is so powerful, we're so bright, we're so intelligent? Hina, the other problem is our education system sucks. Our societal pressures are manifold. If Steve Jobs had been an Indian, he wouldn't have started Apple because first time he failed, no bank would have given him a loan. His own parents would have told him, "Beta, naukri kar lo. Tumse to hoga nahi." We have to undergo societal change, but that doesn't mean we wait an eternity. And listen, let's not shoot the messenger. Understand Piyush Goyal's message. Piyush Goyal's message is that, look, you have created a gig economy. There are people who are working, who are delivery agents or delivery gentlemen and women. What else have you done? Have you created a new brand of, of health?
Right.
Have you created health technology in a big way? Our edtech sector, which we, venerated, that went for a toss, as you and I both know. So, let's not always thampa chest saying hum bahut unique hai.
Okay.
Ghenta. We are not unique at all.
Interesting.
We are the same, and we are only excuse mongers to a large
Interesting
extent.
point of view there. One last question very quickly before I let you go, Mr. Suhel Seth. Congress party also had a lot to say after this statement came from Union Minister Piyush Goyal. According to the Congress party, Piyush Goyal, the Union Minister, has in a way, it was an admission from his side that Indian startup ecosystem is struggling. Something that even the minister acknowledged, and we just had a clarification coming in from the Union Minister wherein he said that perhaps it was a narrative that was created by the Congress party. How will you like to respond? Because a similar kind of statement that how our startups are not doing enough was also made by Rahul Gandhi in the parliament.
Let me tell you, the Congress are the last people to talk about startups. Ever since Rahul Gandhi helmed the Congress, they've always been in startup mode. The only difference between Congress and Rahul Gandhi's startup mode is that Rahul Gandhi has not accrued any valuation. So, Rahul Gandhi is, like I used to say of many of my colleagues in college, Rahul Gandhi has a problem for every solution. He's not good at giving solutions. He's very good at highlighting problems. If he's that bright, as he worked at Monitor, went to Oxford or Cambridge, I don't know if he finished his course, let him give ideas.
Right.
It's very easy, Hina, to find fault. What Piyush Goyal has done is he has made a comparison based on data.
Yes.
Now, Mohandas Pai may or may not agree with that data. Let Rahul Gandhi counter that with data. A, B, Rahul Gandhi is the last guy to talk about it. His family, not his father did yeoman work, but his grandmother was responsible, and his grandfather, great-grandfather, was responsible for the worst economic policies. The license Raj, ye inki deen hai. We are beholden to the Gandhis for keeping India's economic freedom in shackles, if I can use that ironic phrase, till 1991. And it took a non-Gandhi to turn it around, Narasimha Rao. So let that guy cast a stone who hasn't sinned.
Okay.
And I'm purposely using the biblical example because Rahul Gandhi may understand that better than the Bhagavad Gita. So my point is, let's not go there.
Okay.
The Congress has some very bright people. They have intelligent people on the benches. Why don't they give solutions? It's very easy to say, nothing is working in India. Bhai, aap chala lo. That's why they are where they are.
All right.
When you continue to find fault without giving a solution, that's where you land.
All right. Mr. Suhel Seth, thank you very much for joining us here on Times Now.
Thank